Hi, welcome back. My name's Jason Orsatti, and I'm here with my friend Jason Phillips, and we're doing UDK Sound and the Sound Cue Editor. The version number is December 2010, version 7637, and today's date is January 27th, 2011. Alright, let's continue. This is video 2, and we were working with sounds here, and we were working with the attenuation. We had just changed the attenuation numbers to 400 and 600 for the properties. You can access the properties through F4 or double-clicking on the speaker. Now, I was telling everyone to take a look at these radii. There's two different spans here, and what it's going to do is affect the audio based on distance. So let's double check that. We don't hear anything right now, but what if we open the door and we get closer? There it is. It's very light, but it gets louder the closer we get to it. That's what attenuation does. Alright, now that was the first way of entering a sound into Unreal. The drag and drop method, where you would take it from the content browser or generic browser, and by left clicking and holding you can drag it into the world and create a speaker. Let's delete that, and I will show you a second way. The second way of adding in is by highlighting the file, right-clicking into the world, and then choosing one of these actors. Now you can choose to add an ambient sound simple, which we had just done, an ambient sound non-loop, or an ambient sound simple toggleable. This way gives you a couple more options, a little bit more control. I'll talk about these versions later. It's add the same ambient sound simple in. And there we go. Our same speaker is back, and if we look, the radii is all the way out here. It's huge. And if you wanted to change that, you double click on the properties and you change the min and max numbers. The third way of changing it, or I should say adding sound into the game, is to go through the actor classes. So you go to your content browser, go to your actor classes, and then you have this huge tree right here, and you go down to sounds. Now sounds will look like this, usually. So you want to open it up, and you want to open up each one of these little trees, and you have all these options here. We're going to add an ambient sound simple, which was the very same one that we did. And if you right click in the world and add ambient sound simple here, it does that. It's the very same way. Now what happens is, since this was highlighted, it was auto-propagated. It was already, it applied this music to that actor already. If I had done nothing and had nothing highlighted, and I went to actor classes and applied the ambient sound simple, as you can see, it doesn't really have anything here. Apply actor, add ambient sound simple, or add actor. Doesn't really have it in here other than add ambient sound. So it's kind of hard to really add something into the world this way without having something pre-selected. But we're going to add ambient sound simple. Let's look at its properties. Looks like it has everything. 2000, 5000. But here's the issue. Sound slots are 0 for that one. If we look at the top one, the one, if you recall, that we added when the sound was highlighted, this one has 1 slot in it, which means that it has that sound already applied to it. To apply a sound now to this, we have to unlock the slot. Add a new item by clicking on the green, opening up the tree, and going to wave where it says none, we have the green arrow. use selected object in a content browser. So now we go back to the content browser, we highlight our sound, and then we hit the green arrow under the ambient sound properties that we left open where it says wave. And there's our sound, Tetris Beats 2. Now, a lot of these options can adjust the sound, but the sound slots is where it's going to really affect what it is you placed in there. And you can have more than one sound, but be careful because you'll have a lot of sounds playing at the same time and it will loop continuously. Why don't we place another one? Let's go find, and let me delete that guy, and I will move this guy right in front of the speakers. We'll make sure he has that 400 and 600 attenuation. There's those radii again. Awesome. Now, let's go out here and add a little bit of wind. What we're going to be looking for is Stereo Wind 01. What you can do is go up here, type to search if you would like. Stereo Wind 01. Now it's not really finding anything. How come? Because it's only looking in this highlighted test section. Let's look in everything. There it is. Thankfully it's in ambient loops, but Stereo Wind 01 is right there. So what we're going to do is add it the easiest way. Click and drag. And now we're going to have some wind. Let's play it in the level. That's nice wind. That wind will loop continuously. It's very nice. Alright. Now that that's applied, what other type of ambient sounds are there? Remember I showed you there were those six actor classes right here? And we applied to ambient sound simple. What do the other ones do? Well, let's take a look. This guy is just your basic. Then we have ambient sound simple toggleable. He's yellow, and he can go plus or minus, so it means he can be toggled on and off. You can toggle him through code in Kismet if you would like. There's also ambient sound non-looping toggleable, which means it will only play once or can be toggled on or off. This guy, I believe, is red. Yes, he is. Now here's the ambient sound non-loop. This guy cannot be toggleable. He's a very big red speaker. And what he does is that he can only play once at the beginning of the map. So when a level loads, or maybe when something occurs, you only hear it. And that's the only time. Not as, powerful, I would say, as, say, some of these other ones. But it has its purposes. And each one, if you double click on them, have their own properties. It may change a little. This delay was not in the prior properties of this guy. But it has everything else. Now you may be asking, Jason, what about ambient sound movable? Does it move? An ambient sound? Yes, but there's more to it than that. And I will tell you all about them in the next video. Thank you.